It all started in 1993 when two English visitors strolling along Main Street in downtown Edmonds came across a floral print in the window of an art store. Before Edmonds and Bloom, as we know it, was even conceived, this artwork that was designed by the Edmonds Art Commission boldly proclaimed Edmonds and Bloom across the front of the poster. Serendipity. It turns out that these two English tourists were no ordinary visitors. Dennis Hodder and his wife, Jenny Crosland, had, years before, started the original London in Bloom, and later Britain in Bloom programs in the UK, and they also served as consultants and judges for garden competitions across Europe. Serendipitous indeed. After seeing the floral print downtown, Jenny and Dennis inquired if there was indeed an official Bloom program in Edmonds. Finding that there was none, they stated that Edmonds was a perfect setting for such a program. The seeds were planted.
So when these two fellow Brits, came to my office and absolutely raved about this little town and said how beautiful it was with the mountains and the water and what have you, it was a prime candidate for a Britain in Bloom competition. And so they sparked me a little bit, and I guess you could say the seeds were sown at that time.
By 1995, 2 years later, thanks to local leaders Carolyn Johnson and Josephine Lloyd, the Friends of Edmonds and Bloom Association was formed. Incorporated as a non-profit organization, its express purpose was to promote civic pride, beautify the city, and contribute towards economic development through tourism. The first event helping to launch Edmonds and Bloom and fund the floral competition was the Patrons Garden Party, held at the Dominican Reflection Center in the late summer of 1995. Edmonds and Bloom board members, civic leaders, and local supporters attended this festive event. After much planning and hard work, in the summer of 1996, the first floral competition was held in Edmonds, and Dennis Hodder graciously traveled back from England to see how their baby had progressed.
Here we are in 1996, 3 years on, with a very vibrant, live Edmonds in Bloom, which would stand up very, very well in any competition area that I've been to, and I've been to a lot. I think the work that's been done is phenomenal. I think that the enthusiasm is unbelievable. And the expertise is terrific. This is a great day for me. I'm sure for Edmonds it's probably the most exciting thing that's happened in a long time. And unfortunately, although my wife is out somewhere in the heart of Germany, judging Germany today, she would have loved to have been here. And she sent her very best wishes for what she refers to quite happily as Edmonds, our baby.
I'm honored to be here today with Ivan Hodder, whose dad and stepmom were the founders of Edmonds and Bloom, Dennis Hodder and his wife, Jenny Crosland. So Ivan, we owe your dad and your stepmom a great deal of gratitude for their inspiration in developing Edmonds and Bloom over 25 years ago. Who knows, without their stroll down Main Street back in 1993, if we would even have an Edmonds and Bloom today. We're so very happy and grateful that you and your family are here.
Fortuitously, we had moved to North Linwood in 1992, and of course they came to visit us in our new house in 1993. At the time we had 4 very energetic grandchildren, and I think after a few days we decided to give them some R&R. And as the old bumper sticker says, it's an Edmonds kind of a day. And so we thought, let's give them a break from all the being bombarded by these grandchildren. And so we dropped them off in Edmonds, and of course it's picture perfect. It's the idyllic scene, the background of the Olympic Mountains, the ferries plying their way to the peninsula, the lovely boutique shops and little restaurants, and I think they had lunch at Girardi's. They would be probably flabbergasted by how far the Edmonds in Bloom, the 25 illustrious years, the accolades in the town, over 1,700 gardens have been recognized, at least 524 houses have hosted visitors, and over the years 11,000 visitors have attended Edmonds in Bloom, so I think they would be thrilled, and it doesn't stop there. I was equally impressed by the amount of donations, and this would totally appeal to my father and Jenny because it's all about community participation. And likewise, with Jenny, she probably accomplished about 40 years in terms of floral competitions. Obviously, Dennis was part of the program. He was program director in the mid-70s to 80s for the Keep Britain Tidy group before the Royal Horticultural Society took over Britain in Bloom.
Could you explain how these Bloom programs work in Britain?
Originally, the British Tourist Board was, shall we say, designated to oversee floral competitions through the British Tourist Authority. And so they are really the umbrella organisation for London in Bloom, and they predicate themselves on three core elements. Simply put, horticultural achievement, garden excellence, environmental responsibility, and also community participation, with the big emphasis on community participation. And by the time Jenny had retired about 2007, 33 London boroughs were actively participating in the London in Bloom competition. During those 40 years of summers, we always had to check in with Jenny and Dennis and say, where are you now? So inevitably they'd be judging in the various local authorities. So I'm talking about the royal boroughs of Richmond upon Thames, Kingston upon Thames, Kensington and Chelsea, and in Kingston upon Thames, of course, there's Hampton Court Palace with the famous flower show. So with these 33 boroughs, the emphasis now, and I think it's the same with the Edmonds in Bloom organisation, it's not so much the competitive nature, but really the community participation, the recognition. So I think at the peak there are at least 60 judges. There'd be 30 horticultural experts and probably 30 lay people for the aim of beautifying the city. They're not really considered as judges, but as mentors, you might say. And we can thank Charles de Gaulle for starting the process in France back in 1959. And the British visiting dignitary visited France and decided, well, we're going to do the same here in Britain. And luckily for us, in 1963, that's where it took off. And it's run by the Royal Horticultural Society, Britain in Bloom. And at one estimate, there were at least 200,000 volunteers. Whereas the London in Bloom is a yearly competition, Britain in Bloom is a 2-year competition, and I'll tell you why. Britain in Bloom is open throughout the whole UK, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, the Channel Islands, and consequently it's done on a regional basis because there's far too much, to cover. Last time I looked at the details, there were 1,600 entrants, and approximately 70 to 80 are chosen. And Britain in Bloom is open to cities, towns, and villages. The intention for a 2-year is to see how the effort is sustained. And obviously, some of the lucky entrants on Britain in Bloom go forward to the major European competition, the Entente Florale.
One thing I wanted to bring up is in 1997, Jenny received the 3rd highest award that Britain gives out to citizens.
That was exciting.
Called the MBE, referred to the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. This award is for people who make a positive impact in their line of work. And in her case, for her years of volunteer service, she received this medal personally from
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth II at a ceremony at Buckingham Palace. That
I
had to
know.
have been an amazing experience and honor
Oh.
for your family.
All I can say, I wish I'd been there. Luckily, my sister was there, and my stepbrother, Christopher. And obviously, she was humbled and honored by the investiture of the MBE. But she was the first person to say, hey, look, I didn't get here on my own. I had a wonderful support effort. So, you know, she was humbled in that instant. And the funny thing was, both of them were no strangers to royalty. Obviously, she had met the Queen through the investiture of the medal, but Jenny instigated or began the Richmond Tourist Association for the Borough of Richmond. She hosted a civic reception for Prince Charles, and as part of the London Tourist Board and Richmond upon Thames Tourist Association, she put on the Sonnet Lumiere for Hampton Court Palace. Back in the late 60s, she'd done something for the Tower of London, and so it was a natural step, and she was asked to produce it. And on the gala night, Princess Anne was invited, and you'll see as part of the program tonight, Jenny's introducing Princess Anne to my father Dennis. But also, they knew the Queen's sister, Princess Margaret, and there's a lovely picture, which I believe is going to be up on the screen tonight, of my father presenting the Rose of the Year Award to Princess Margaret, who was the, I'm going to say, the president of the British Girl Guides Association, so they were no stranger to royalty. On behalf of the Hodder clan, and there's a lot of them, and extended family, we are simply delighted to participate in Edmonds in Bloom 25th anniversary garden party. And we know that if my father Dennis and my stepmother Jenny had been here today, they would have been absolutely thrilled to bits to see how far, and gosh, the wonderful achievements that Edmonds and Bloom have gained.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you again for being here and helping us celebrate our 25th anniversary. And let's enjoy.
You will be assured there'll be plenty of Hodders there and our extended family
Wonderful.
From the Puget Sound area.
Thank you so much.
But thank you for inviting me, and we're in this delightful setting.
Yes.
And roll on Edmonds in Bloom.
Yes, thank you.
25th anniversary party.
All righty.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Local garden expert and TV celebrity Cisco Morris joined 17 others to form the first panel of judges. More than 100 entries were rated on qualities such as best layout and design, floral impact, color, and overall tidiness. First place was a $200 cash prize, a garden plaque, and a ticket to the end of the season garden party. 1996 was a busy year, with Edmonds in Bloom initiating the Spring Planning Festival, involving downtown businesses and other organizations offering fun-filled, child and family-oriented activities that would grow gardeners for the future, attract visitors to downtown, and promote the love of floral beauty. Today, this extremely popular annual event, now known as Kids Plant for Mom's Day, is held every spring at the Saturday market. It has become an Edmonds family tradition, with nearly 150 children learning to create beautiful flowering containers for Mother's Day. It's a day of fun for the volunteers too, assisting the budding gardeners while parents, grandparents, and family members lovingly watch the children create their gifts. With the success of the garden competition and spring planning festivals, Edmonds in Bloom decided in the summer of 1997 to offer a garden tour, christening it the Rhythm and Blooms Tour and featuring 6 private gardens. The tour was an immediate success. Organizers, ever mindful of enhancing the experience, decided to add to the cultural experience by inviting local musicians and landscape artists to participate. Both editions made the garden tours even more enjoyable. By 2001, a $5,000 donation helped to renovate the planning areas of the Edmonds Center for the Arts, and a $4,000 donation in 2012 helped to establish the Hazel Miller Plaza in downtown Edmonds. Over the years, the annual floral competition became the garden competition, with many categories and criteria for judging gardens. Then organizers thought, why offer a competition where prizes go to a select few? Why not make it a recognition program that thanks many more businesses and homeowners for helping to beautify Edmonds? As a result, since spring 2015, the committee places more than 150 colorful flags in beautiful flower pots downtown and in lovely front yards throughout Edmonds. Gardens and containers are awarded flags, and the owners are very proud to be part of the Edmonds in Bloom experience. The garden tour has continued to grow in popularity and in numbers. Beginning with just a few hundred attendees in the first year, in 2019 that number had risen to more than 800 guests. Edmonds in Bloom's support for the community includes awarding scholarships to local students pursuing degrees in horticulture and related fields, for the development of edible gardens at elementary schools and other school horticulture projects, funding to enhance garden areas at the Edmonds Center for the Arts, funding for outdoor pots and plants at the Edmonds Library, hands-on planning activities for the Edmonds City Greenhouse, and financial support for the ever-popular Hanging Flower Basket program and their art-embellished poles, as well as the Adopt a Corner Gardens, the city's most visible beautification projects. Each year, Edmonds in Bloom hosts a free public event at the Edmonds Center for the Arts that features a noted speaker. The event, now called the Garden Party, also honors garden hosts, volunteers, and supporters while sharing the organization's accomplishments. In its 25 years of existence, Edmonds in Bloom has become an integral part of the community and continues to welcome everyone to participate, whether through a monetary donation or volunteer leadership and assistance. Your assistance has allowed us to accomplish our goals. Edmonds in Bloom continues to look for new and different ways to support its mission of promoting the floral beautification of the community by uniting the residents, organizations, and businesses of Edmonds, supporting horticulture, education, and creating a better place to live, work, and visit. Thanks to those two inspirational English visitors, Dennis and Jenny, Edmonds in Bloom has become an organization that, just like our gardens, will continue to grow and flourish for many years to come. Happy 25th anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves, and I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Edmonds in Bloom and all its many volunteers over the years for making such a wonderful and colorful impact on our city. It makes me really proud that my hometown has followed in the footsteps of some of the most beautiful garden communities of Europe. Thanks for all of you for what you do to help make Edmonds a delightful city in which to live, work, and visit. A hearty congratulations on reaching your 25th anniversary. Thank you so much, Edmonds in Bloom. Cheers and happy gardening.
My name is Josephine Lloyd, and I was the first president of the Edmonds in Bloom Committee. And I'd like to welcome you to Edmonds in Bloom on this 25th anniversary of this wonderful program here in Edmonds.
My name is Carol Murray, and I'm the current president of Edmonds in Bloom. And it's such a joy to be here after 25 years and be sitting here with Josephine. I just want to wish Edmonds in Bloom a happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom from the Edmonds Bakery. All right.
Hi, I'm Bill Taylor. Happy 25th anniversary to Edmonds in Bloom.
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom from Terry's Toy Box. Hi there, I'm Mike Nelson, Mayor of Edmonds, and it's my honor and pleasure to wish the Edmonds in Bloom a happy 25th anniversary. They have brought joy and happiness to our city for 25 years. That has just been an honor to see how they have shaped and brought our community closer together, whether it's volunteering countless hours at our corner parks or our flower pots. You have really just made a huge, huge impact to our city and all those who come and all those who live there. And I'm looking forward to what the next 25 years will bring with Edmonds in Bloom. Happy 25th anniversary.
Hi, I'm Barbara Chase, and I was in charge of the competition for quite a few years for Edmonds in Bloom. And I'm very glad I'm here so I can say happy 25th anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom.
From everybody at Arista Wine Cellars, including Sophie, happy 25th anniversary.
I love Edmonds in Bloom. Happy 25th anniversary.
Hi, I'm Sue Austenberg. I was president in 2010. Happy 25th anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom.
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom from C'est La Vie.
This is Barbara Norgard-Reed. Happy anniversary to Edmonds in Bloom for 25 years of making Edmonds beautiful.
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom, from the Florida Garden Club. Woo!
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom, from Rebecca's Boutique.
Hi, this is the former president of Edmonds in Bloom, Larry Temple. Happy 25th anniversary to Edmonds in Bloom.
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom, from Housewares.
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom, from Art Spot.
Happy 25th anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom.
Happy 25th anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom, and may there be many more.
I'm so proud of Edmonds in Bloom and what it's accomplished in the last 25 years. And I'm so excited for the future because I know as an organization, it will continue to serve and beautify Edmonds for many years to come. Happy 25th anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom.
Happy anniversary, Edmonds in Bloom.